Water.
Hey Jamie, what are you drinking there?
Some quality H2O.
Can you tell me how water is reused?
Well, a long time ago.
Dinosaurs would drink water, then pee it out. Processes of surface runoff and groundwater move the pee into a lake or ocean. Then evaporation, condensation, and precipitation occur, and the water comes back. This is known as the water cycle, which still occurs today. Fast forward to the 21st century. The water cycle helps us get clean water, but the demand for clean water has increased tremendously. So they needed a way to reuse water quick and easy. The way to get clean water was by wastewater treatment system. All the water from your house goes into the sewage. This includes water down the drain, water from showers, drains on streets, your toilet water, and pee. This travels through the sewage, merging with other sewage water, and travels through the city towards a major body of water, and for us, it's Lake Ontario. Before the wastewater goes into the body of water, it goes into a wastewater treatment plant, which makes the water reusable. In Toronto is one of Canada's biggest and oldest wastewater treatment plants, called Ashbridges Bay Wastewater Treatment Plant, which opened in 1917 and serves about a population of 1.5 million people with clean water. Where did wastewater treatment start?
Well, it started around 1600 BC in Kanos, Greece, where the upper class benefited from the sewage-like systems to get them quick and easy, clean drinking water. That is how wastewater became reusable. After that, the water is put into the body of water. In the lakes, there's also a pipe collecting lake water, bringing the water into a water treatment plant, which cleans it and makes the drinkable and usable water.
Opened in 1941, R.C. Harris Water Treatment Plant is Toronto's largest plant. Nicknamed the Palace of Purification, it produces about 113 billion liters of water each year, which is 25% of Toronto's clean drinking water. After making the water drinkable, the water is distributed all around Toronto to our faucets for us to use. How does the water just turn clean from the wastewater and water treatment plant?
This is an in-depth look on how they do this. In a wastewater treatment plant, there are 4 major stages. First is preliminary treatment, where the wastewater treatment travels through bars a couple inches apart to separate the large pieces of materials stuck from the water. The next step is called the primary treatment, where the water is put in settling tanks, which allows heavier materials to sink and lighter materials to rise. After about 2 hours, the materials at the top and the bottom are removed. After that, there is a secondary treatment in which the water flows into aeration tanks along with the sludge from the first stage. The oxygen-using particles and the tiny microorganisms consume the remaining organic materials in the water. Then, in another settling tank, the sludge is removed from the water. The final stage is disinfection. The water spends about 20 minutes in chlorine tanks. These chemicals destroy bacteria with sodium hypochlorite. This stage is to remove organisms that cause diseases. After that, the now reusable water is put in rivers or lakes.
For the water treatment plants, the stages are mostly the same, except there are a few more stages to make it cleaner so we can drink the water. Already stated steps are the chlorine tanks and aeration tanks. These are the new stages. First one is coagulation. In this stage, using sulfuric acid, the organic matter is made larger, so then it's easier to remove. The next step is filtration. Here the water flows into ozone chambers, and chemical filters are put in the water to remove parasites and more bacteria. The final stage is ultraviolet disinfection. Water flows into chambers with ultraviolet lamps that kills infection and illness-causing microorganisms. After this, the water flows into the city, clean for people to use.
You may be asking yourself, why do we need water treatment and what does it do? Drinking water like water from your taps, showers, sinks, and toilets. Yes, toilets. This doesn't mean that when you're thirsty, don't stick your head into the toilet. The bowl is still disgusting.
Not again! Jamie, the bowl's disgusting!
But seriously, the jobs of water treatment plants are to kill microorganisms and viruses such as chloride, typhoid, diarrhea, dysentery, and E. coli.
All three of these bacteria causing diseases affect the small and large intestine, which causes severe vomiting and diarrhea and may result in death.
Bacteria and parasites are to remove inorganic and organic traces of these contaminants. These contaminants are found in our water these days because of pollution. Most of the time, surface water, such as lakes and rivers, contain higher levels of microorganisms and are more prone to contamination than groundwater and require different types of treatment. To reduce the risk to consumers, more and more countries are introducing new drinking water regulations containing stricter limits. The common contaminants found in the water supply is lead and nitrate. To get rid of these contaminants that can lead to sicknesses, we use substances like chlorine and fluoride to get rid of them. But these may also affect human health. There is over 700 different contaminants found in the U.S. water supply, but only set standards for 19 of them.
Chlorine or chlorine-based compounds kills some disease-creating microbodies. Today, chlorine is used to disinfect over 95% of the public water supply. Yes, chlorine does wonderful things with disinfecting water, but everything has its side effects. Chlorine reacts with organic compounds to form DBPs, which can increase the risks of certain
Our
cancers.
public drinking water supply is fluoridated, which means that it reduces dental cavities because of a natural occurring source of fluoride. Fluoridated water also has side effects, and these may include immune system suppression, tooth discoloration, undesirable bone growth, eczema, and carcinogenesis.
If you are a camper, you might have heard about different types of inventions that helps you treat small amounts of dirty water into clean drinking water, such as Brita, water bottles, and capsules. In these capsules, they usually have chlorine, chlorine dioxide, or iodine. These chemicals deactivate bacteria, viruses, and parasites, protozoans, rendering them harmless and safe for consumption. Yes, a lot of the time, water gets cleaned by chemicals, but there is a natural system, such as groundwater. The water doesn't need to go through filters or aggregates. The natural activities in wetlands, for instance, perform all of the tasks that wastewater treatment plants perform with only one drawback. Natural processes take more time to do the same job as water treatment plants.
We need clean water to have a healthy life, but still 40% of the world lack the access to clean water. The reason why they don't have safe drinking water is water shortages, flooding, and poor water quality, and don't have enough money to have a multi-million-dollar treatment plant. This is why in third world countries they do not have proper clean drinking water.
Thirsty. What? Oh. How am I gonna fix this? I just want clean water.
Straight out of Compton, crazy named Ice Cube. From the gang called with attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off.
Only 5 minutes later, how is it like this? How do you do it?
Iodine.
He used an iodine tablet, of course.